Please subscribe to the channel as only 11.6% of you are subscribed to the channel. Okay, thank you, goodbye.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, Platinum Bricks 95, and we're back again with another LEGO Marvel 2023 review. Firstly guys, I obviously do want to give a big shout out to all of you new subscribers on the channel. I really do appreciate your support. Also, if you're watching this, please hit the like button, as it's the only way the YouTube algorithm will actually seem to realise me. So if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, I really would appreciate it. So then guys, what is today's video? Well, today we're obviously taking a look at the new LEGO Marvel 2023 Mini Mech. Now, this is the fourth wave of LEGO Marvel Mini Mechs. I'm not entirely sure what years they came out, but I do know that we had Wave 1. You'll see all these on the screen now. But you've had Wave 1, which came with Iron Man, Thanos, and Spider-Man. Then you had Wave 2, which came with Captain America, Thor, Miles Morales. And then you had Wave 3, which was Black Panther, Iron Man again, and my favourite, Wolverine. Now, they are the three waves that have already come out, and this is the fourth. So, the LEGO sets in question are obviously LEGO set number 76241, the Hulk Mech Armour, LEGO set number 76242, the Thanos Mech Armour, and LEGO set number 76243, the Rocket Raccoon Mech Armour, or just Rocket Mech Armour, actually. Now, all of these mech armors, or mini mechs as I like to call them, they do all actually retail for a price of £12.99 in the UK. So I have a sneaky suspicion that in the US they might be $15. And again, like I said in my last video, I'm going to save talking about the price and the pros and cons till we actually get to the pros and cons, because price is one of those things that I'm a bit iffy about when it comes to these sets. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I think the mini mechs as a whole are such a good idea, but they do have problems. But again, I will get to that in my pros and cons. So without further ado guys, let's get right into reviewing these LEGO sets, and we're going to start in numerical order with the Hulk. Let's go! Alright then guys, well here we are taking a look at the first of the new wave of LEGO Marvel Mini Mechs. I know they're called mech armors, but I prefer to call them Mini Mechs. It is what it is. But anyway, the first one numerically is the Hulk. Now, this is the Hulk, but firstly, what I will do is show you his minifigure. Now, I don't know if this is an exclusive Hulk. In fact, I'd be surprised if it is. In fact, I think it actually is. I think this is an exclusive Hulk. Get down in the comments and let me know if I'm wrong. But I do think this is an exclusive Hulk minifigure. And I've got to say, I'm a huge fan, because it took us so long to actually get an affordable mini Hulk that wasn't from the sort of, you know, mini battle cars you used to get. There was a Hulk in that. But this is a very nice Hulk minifigure. Now, obviously you get dual moulding on the legs, which I love, and I love the attention to detail where they put sort of his chest stubble on there. I really do like that, and it's the Hulk. What else are you expecting? And of course, he does actually have a dual moulded head, the only of these mini mechs to have a dual moulded head. He has his angry look on the front, which is actually what I'm going to put, and a sort of cooler look on the back. But in regards to the minifigure, it's totally fine. It's nothing too crazy, it's nothing too special, but it's just a nice minifigure to have. So guys, this is the Hulk in his mini mech. Now, I am just going to give you a quick turnaround and a quick look at him so you can see what he does look like. And I'm going to say this straight away, and it applies for all of the mini mechs you're going to see today. Aesthetically, I think this could be the best wave. I genuinely do. I think they all look so brilliant. Now, I'm a bit biased when it comes to anything green, because green is my favourite colour. So for a lot, like, I like things that look green, I do. But I'll be honest, I think this could potentially be the worst of the mini mechs from this set, but we'll get to that later on. Obviously, he does have lovely functionality in his arms, and I do love these pieces they've used here. These pieces here, which actually stop his arm bending. Yes, they only have mobility here and on the fingers, but in general, I actually like the way the arms have worked out, and they've done this on all of them, and I do think it's actually so much better than some of the other stuff we've had. I love the fact that he doesn't have flimsy legs, you know, you do have sort of torso play here. He does sort of stay stood up when you pose him, and when you pose him properly. But I do actually like that because he's not going to fall over all the time, and that's something that is a real problem with these mini mechs, or has been in the past. I don't like his hands. He has somewhat like salad fingers.
I like rusty spoons.
Does anyone else remember salad fingers? Christ, I must be old. Anyway, I don't like his hands that much, but I do understand that they are necessary to make his fists look big, and they look fine. They're just not my cup of tea, really, I've got to be honest. The splash of purple obviously works really well with the whole mini mech in general, and I know he's obviously meant to have purple trousers or purple shorts, but they blend so well together. This whole mini mech blends so well together, I've got to be honest. And I will say this, apart from his fingers, which you'd expect, nothing breaks off him, so I have to give credit there. And that piece on his chest is in fact a printed piece. Not a printed piece I've seen before, but it's probably been out before. It wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't a new printed piece. But I do actually really like that, and I love the fact that they've used that, and none of these Lego sets actually came with stickers, which is really nice. I'm not the biggest fan of his accessory. It's fine, it's nothing too crazy. But yeah, I'm just nitpicking at this point because I do think this Hulk mini mech is really, really good. Alright then guys, well, continuing on in numerical order, we have the second of the new mini mechs. We do in fact have Thanos, and obviously I will start by showing you the minifigure. Also, I didn't show you on that Hulk, well, I'll show you now. Every minifigure, well, apart from Rocket because he's got short legs, every normal standard minifigure would have to actually sit on their legs in there. You can't stand them up because they sort of stick out too much, in my opinion. So yeah, you do have to keep them all sat down, which is not something I think you've had to do in previous mini mechs, but irrelevant anyway, because we are now taking a look at this Thanos minifigure. Now, straight away, I will say it's not the best Thanos minifigure. By a country mile, it's not. I know there's one that came out in the Infinity Saga line with the Captain Marvel ship thing. I don't know. But in general, that was way better than this. However, I've got to give credit where it's due. For such cheap Lego sets, they have actually given us good minifigures. And like I said in my last review, the Hulkbuster review, if you haven't gone and watched that, go and watch it because I go in on Lego a bit. I know you only get one minifigure with these, but they're only designed to carry one minifigure, so I'm totally okay with it. Anyway, looking at Thanos, obviously he's got purple, and I love the lilac purple in this minifigure. I think it looks really good. I love Thanos's colour just in general, and I do like the chest piece. It's got some nice printing. And nice printing on the back. It's not too crazy. And again, for a $12.99 set or £13 set, you can't really be expecting too much. So yeah, it's a totally fine minifigure, but it's nothing crazy to write home about. However, we now move on to the mech, and I'm gonna say it, this is my favourite mech from this wave by a country mile. Now, again, in the pros and cons, you will hear me say some stuff about how I don't like the fact that we've already had a Thanos. We got a Thanos in the first wave, and we're just getting a Thanos again. But I'll save it for the pros and cons, because this Thanos is a massive upgrade on the first Thanos. I absolutely love this. Now, again, I will say this about all of these mini mechs. They haven't got the most playability. He can move his arms. He's got a sword, and he can move his legs, and he can spin around like that. That's pretty much the functionality of every single mini mech. But when you actually just take a look at him stood there, I just think he looks better than any other of the mini mechs that have come out in this wave by a country mile. I love his use of the sword, and last night when I built him, I was actually, I wasn't breaking him, I was building him, like I did say. I was actually sort of trying to find ways where I could pose him like he was flying through the sky about to attack someone. And I just think, like, it looks like he's about to attack someone. He looks like an action figure, and I have to give credit where it's due. And I mean, the colour scheme just works well. Navy blue with gold and lilac and purple, it just works so well. And I'm a huge fan of the fact that they included a complete Infinity Gauntlet with the set. Now, am I annoyed that I've now got 6 rings with 3 gems left in? Yes, because I've already got so many of them that I don't need any more. However, what I do like about this, and this coming with a completed Infinity Gauntlet, is it's actually a really cheap way to get a completed Infinity Gauntlet, and I can't complain about that. I think it's such a good thing that they included that in this set. Now, again, you know me, if you know me and you watch the channel, you know I don't like gold, right? I'm not the biggest fan of the gold colour on Lego, but in general, I think they've just used the right amount here. And yeah, for me, this is such an upgrade on the first Thanos mini mech we got, but again, wait till the pros and cons and you hear my thoughts on that. But I can't take away from the fact that it is absolutely gorgeous, and I think it is definitely my favourite mini mech from this wave. Alright then guys, well, continuing on, again numerically, we're going to start, or finish I should say, we're actually going to finish with the last one that comes numerically, and that is of course the Rocket Raccoon mech armor. Now I will show you his minifigure first, and I will take him out and leave him stood there. There we go. Right, here is the Rocket Raccoon minifigure. Now, straight away, it's not the best, okay? We all know that. We can all tell that. It's not as good as the rocket that came out in Infinity Saga, or the rocket that came out with the Benatar, or the rocket that even came out with the first wave of Guardian sets, which was also orange like this. That one is so much better than this. However, if you don't have Rocket Raccoon, it's such a good way to get him. And I've got to be honest, my only real complaint, and I understand why they haven't put a tail on him, because he wouldn't fit in his seat, but I would have liked a tail. However, I've got to give credit where credit's due. I think for a half minifigure or a small minifigure, I really think they have nailed it. And they've added a lot of detail, and I do like that. I don't like when it's a cheap set, so they just cheap out on the minifigure, and I actually really think they've done this one very well. So yeah, got to give credit where credit's due. I do really like the Rocket minifigure. Now, obviously, like I was saying on the Thanos mini mech, you don't have to, you do have to put his arms forward a little bit, but you don't have to sit him down. He does, in fact, just stand in there at the back like that, and then he stands in there, and it works really well. Now, straight away, I absolutely love the colour of this mini mech. However, it is a bit lightweight. When you compare him to the other ones, he is very, very lightweight. Like, his legs are thinner, his arms are thinner. And again, you will have seen at the start of the video, like, how many pieces come in all of these sets. And this has, compare it to Hulk, I think there's actually a 40 part count difference. And if you count all of these studs, it's more actually like 50. So, it is what it is. And again, pros and cons, I will get into it. But I've got to be honest, I do actually, again, even though I am a bit disappointed, I still really love it. And I think aesthetically it looks so good. I absolutely love the use of the brown bush for his tail. It's like his tail. And I love the fact, again, arms fine, the maneuverability of this and this, same with the legs. Bit more lightweight, and they've even done the feet that I don't like, but because this mini mech's so lightweight, it works so well. That's okay. When it's not too top heavy, you can get away with putting feet on like that, and they have here, and it's worked really well. Again, he does spin round like that, and I do like the fact that he's got sort of like a backpack on the back. I am a huge fan of that, so I've got to give credit where credit's due. And again, on all of these mini mechs, they have done incredible attention to detail. And I have to, again, you've got to give credit where it's due and say that they have absolutely smashed it with this wave, I'll be honest. Now, obviously, he does come with this stud shooter. And again, this is his accessory, as you can see here, and it does just clip onto his build. I'm almost sure Thanos has something similar, but I could be wrong. Anyway, I've got to give it credit where it's due and just say that aesthetically, it looks so good. And the playability is the same, if not more, because you get this sort of stud cannon here. There's a bit more playability going on here. And again, I didn't say it with Thanos, but this is printed and this is printed. There were no stickers in these sets. I would say that this is probably my second favourite of the wave, with Hulk coming in third and Thanos coming in first, just because of the upgrade. But I could see why a lot of people would like this. I think it is really good, and I do think it looks amazing. Alright then guys, well that was a closer look and somewhat of a review, but again we'll wait till my pros and cons. That was a closer look at these sort of new LEGO Marvel 2023 mini mechs. We are now going to, of course, jump into the rating out of 10 and the pros and cons. But I did just want to say, before we get into that, I do want to stress how good I think these are. I think they're such a good idea, and I did say in my last mini mech video, if you haven't seen it, go and check it out on the channel. Genuinely, I think they're such a good idea. So yeah, I just wanted to add that before we get to the outro and the pros and cons. Alright then guys, well there you have it. That was somewhat of a closer look and a review of these Lego Marvel mini mechs. I will be getting into the pros and cons now and the rating out of 10. I will, however, just be adding something before we do get into all of that. You know this clip from Ace Ventura, Pet Detective?
We're going downtown.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how they decided to deliver my boxes, because all I've got to do is watch that, and that's what they came like. They were like squashed. All of my boxes had been squashed. Like you can see the damage. There's a big thing there. I had to even bend this so it would stand up, and this one looked like it had been mauled. If I just push that in, that's how it was delivered, like that. So yeah, downvote on delivery, because I'm really annoyed as my boxes were absolutely squashed upon delivery. However, I know some of you are not interested in boxes, so I just wanted to add that in for my own peace of mind more than anything. Anyway guys, let's get right on to the pros and cons, and I think today we're going to start with the cons. So guys, con number one, and it is a big one unfortunately. Now I know inflation and all of this stuff, I'm not some master of economics, but I'm old enough to know what's going on in my country to some extent, and put it this way, the cost of living has really hit, because every single wave in the UK of mini mechs, so this is the fourth wave, right? Every single wave that has come before this has cost $9.99 per mini mech, right? However, this wave, each one of these costs £13. So I've actually had to pay £9 more for, well, nothing really. And it's actually quite annoying. Now, I know that's the economy and all of that stuff, but it's annoying. I basically spent £9 extra on something I didn't have to pay £9 extra to the wave last year. Each of them cost £10. These cost £13. And as far as I'm concerned, that's not really okay, because it won't be long until these cost £20 each, and then I've paid £60 for this. I've already paid £9 more. So yeah, price is an issue, but again, I actually want these. So it's not an issue for me, but it could be an issue for some of you. So guys, the second con, and it actually does tie very nicely into the first con, and that is the part difference. Okay, now you might be thinking, what? Well, this Lego set on the front here, this Hulk, comes with 138 pieces and cost me £13. This Rocket Raccoon came with 98 pieces. Oh, and that's right, it cost me £13. I'm not okay with that. There's a 40 part difference between these two mini mechs, and I also believe there's a 20 part difference between him and him and him and him. Why is this? I do get it, okay? I do get it. Hulk needs more, he's bigger. Thanos needs more, he's bigger. However, you've got to do something about that, because I've essentially paid more money for less parts, and I'm not okay with that. And with the price increasing as well, I could see why some people may sort of miss these out, and it's a shame, because I do think they are really good. But yeah, part count is horrendously annoying, that there is a 40 part count difference between the Hulk and Rocket Raccoon. Yeah, I don't like that, but it is what it is, I guess. Okay then guys, well, the third and final con is sort of a con, but not really, but kind of, but not really. What am I talking about?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So guys, what I actually mean is Thanos, right? If you look at wave one of these mini mechs, who did we get? We've got Iron Man, Spider-Man, and oh, that's right, Thanos. Okay? Now, This, and now 4 waves later, we are getting Thanos again. Now, I do want to stress this, right? This Thanos is such a huge upgrade on the first Thanos we got. It is. I can't pretend that it isn't. It is a huge upgrade. However, if you look at the first wave again, who did we get? Iron Man. Who did we get a rehash of in the third wave? Iron Man. So even though there's only been 4 waves of mini-mechs, we've already got 2 of the same mini-mechs. I'm not okay with that, okay? The next wave has to have, in my opinion, no characters that we've had before, because it's a real problem if you just keep rehashing and rehashing. Now, again, this is not some massive problem. I agree that the Iron Man we got in the third wave is better than the one we got in the first wave, and vice versa with Thanos, definitely. However, I do want some new characters, so if you guys could work on that, I really would appreciate it. So guys, that was the cons. Let's get right on to the pros. And I could genuinely talk about all the good stuff of these Lego sets for days, genuinely, because I do think they are such a good idea. However, I have narrowed it down to my main 3. And number 1 is something that I always comment on, but it's the way they look. It is the way they look. I've got to be honest, the colour that they've used in these is better than the colour they've used in any of the waves come before. Yes, we had Wolverine in the last wave and he was vibrant and beautiful and I loved it. However, yeah, also in that wave we got Black Panther, who was entirely basically made out of black and purple Lego. And also we got Iron Man, which is maroon and gold. And again, we'd already had an Iron Man, so I wasn't as excited. These are gorgeous. They really have nailed the way they should look as well. There's not a point where I look at these and go, that doesn't look like the character. That doesn't seem like the character. I think genuinely they have nailed the way they should look. So yeah, credit where credit's due. Aesthetically, these are gorgeous Lego sets. Okay guys, so my second pro is basically the functionality, the playability, and the sort of fact that these are, regardless of the fact they are Lego, and I guess this will tie into the point, these are action figures, really. And they look like action figures, they play like action figures, they're basically buildable action figures. And they're not like, again, I will get it, even though I got him in my last video. Well, we'll start with this one. It's not some big mini mech, which needs fixing. It's not some big mech like that. And I can't get the Iron Man buildable figure out right now. It's right at the bottom. But these are action figures. And they work so much better than any sort of action figure we've had before in Lego Marvel. I've got to be honest, mini mechs, for me, they just work so well, and I absolutely love the fact that we seem to be getting a wave every year, and I really, really do hope it continues because, yeah, they are such good toys, and that's something that I don't necessarily really give Lego credit for every now and then. These are very good toys. They are, and I've got to give credit where it's due. Okay guys, so on to my third and final pro, and it's actually something that I didn't think I'd actually mention, but I want to. My third pro is the fact that we're still getting these. Now, I know what you're thinking. What do you mean? What do you mean? Well, genuinely, I wouldn't have been shocked after the first wave of Marvel Mini-Mechs if they'd never done any more, because I didn't think they'd do as well as they have done. And the fact that we're 4 waves deep now just shows me that they're going to keep doing them, and that is huge for me, because again, all of the things I've already said, genuinely, they are very important, because, you know, to have these cheap, accessible Lego sets, not just for people my age, but younger people as well, can actually save up their pocket money or whatever and buy these. I love how sort of accessible they are to everyone due to the price and the fact that they'll probably make a lot of these, you know, in terms of manufacturing, because they know they'll sell very well and they're cheap. So, well, not as cheap as they used to be, but they are cheap. And I've got to be honest, that is one of my best things, is the fact that they've actually started doing this in Marvel. They've continued it on. And I'll be honest, it would not surprise me if we get similar sort of things in DC or other Lego things. Like, definitely, I could see it happening in Star Wars and being amazing. I could see people really liking it if they did this in Star Wars. So yeah, for me, my third and final pro is the fact that these even exist. I know it seems crazy, but genuinely, I'm just so happy that they're continuing on with these mini mechs, because I think they're so impressive. All right then, guys. Well, that was my pros and cons. It is, in fact, time to get onto my rating out of 10. Now, obviously, I rate these as sort of 1. You know, I'm not going to give him an individual rating, him an individual rating, and, of course, him an individual rating. I'm not going to do that. I rank the wave as a whole. Now, take into account what I said in my pros and cons, you know, there is going to be a couple of points knocked off, okay? Price is not okay. The increase of £9, I've had to pay £9 more. Probably in America it's more like $12 more, right? I've had to pay £9 more than I did last year, the year before that, and the year before that. That's not okay. So a point will be coming off of that, definitely. And the rehashing of characters, even though I keep saying it's an upgrade, I don't want that. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that you keep rehashing characters. So a point comes off for that. But other than that, I have nothing bad to say about these. Also, something I didn't even mention in my pros and cons, which is so rare, these things don't break. Apart from their fingers, which you expect to come off, nothing comes off of these. They are so structurally sound. So yeah, with everything I've already said, with all my pros and cons, I have to give this wave of Lego Marvel Mini Mechs from 2023, these are getting a solid 8 out of 10. And I think they are definitely worthy of that. And also, in my opinion, this is the best wave we've got so far. Minus the price, which I will keep coming back to, because it costs me money, it costs you money. If you're watching this and you're a kid, yeah, it costs your parents money, genuinely. So I'm not going to budge on the price point, but this is by far the best wave of Lego Marvel Mini Mechs we've had yet. All right then, guys. Well, there you have it. That was my review, rating out of 10, and my pros and cons on these Lego Marvel Mini Mechs from 2023. Every time, a mouthful. Every time. However, something I did want to say, there will be the comparison video of the 2 Lego Hulkbusters that is coming out. I am working on that. It will be out before Wednesday, when the next Lego Marvel 2023 review will be coming out. And also another video that I planned on doing is I'm going to dig out the other 9 Lego Marvel Mini Mechs, and we will in fact be doing a ranking video, ranking all 12 of them so far in order. However, the Ghost Rider set, which is coming later on in the week on the channel, that also kind of does come with a mini mech. So I'm going to be debating whether or not to include him in the ranking, because I do love Ghost Rider. I mean, how could you not? Yes, I am basing that on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because the Nick Cage one was not for me. But yeah, so I will be doing a ranking video of all the Marvel mini mechs that have come out so far. And again, I may or may not include Ghost Rider. I don't know yet. All right then, guys. Well, there you have it. That is the end of the video. If you would not mind liking, commenting, and subscribing, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think of each of these Lego Marvel Mini Mechs. Let me know your favourite. Let me know if you think this wave's any good, and let me know if you're actually going to buy any of these, because I would really be interested to see how many of you do actually pull the trigger on these. Also, I know I stressed it at the start of the video, but I'm going to stress it again here. Please like the video if you're still watching this. Again, I don't know how the YouTube algorithm works. I don't know how string theory works. I don't know the quantum mechanics of the universe, because I swear the YouTube algorithm is the same as working out the mysteries of the universe. I have no idea how it works, but it seems like the more likes I get, the better chance I have of getting on the algorithm. So please like the video. Also, guys, just quickly before we do go, finally, please go and check out my Instagram and TikTok. They are linked down in the description at the moment. I have been posting every day on Instagram. So if you want to see Lego, you want to see my Lego collection, Lego minifigures, all of that, the sets I'm buying, everything, go and check it out on Instagram, because I'm doing an entire year of posting daily. And obviously check out my TikTok too, if you are interested in that sort of thing. All right then, guys, well, there you have it. That is the end of the video. All that's left to say is thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all of the support on the channel. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.